Welcome to Ponca Playhouse Hats Off, a chat show where we basically talk about whatever we want, but it always comes around to supporting the arts. From the set of our upcoming production of the Tony Award-winning show, The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, I'm your host, Jennie Hintereitter. Please, hats off to our guest from the Ponca City Chamber of Commerce, Rich Cantillon.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, that's so exciting.
I like all the hats all around.
Yes,
Pretty
you
cool.
noticed. We'll get to that a little later. That's kind of that's the end part of the show.
Cool.
But, yeah, so I'm glad you noticed that.
I did notice it.
I really enjoyed reading your article in the Ponca City Monthly. It was like last October.
Right.
And you wrote that, right? You
Yes,
just
I
it
wrote
yourself?
it. Yeah.
Did they approach you to do that?
Yes. They wanted to do a feature on various people on why we love Ponca City. Well, I grew up here, and I have a lot of reasons to love Ponca City. So when they asked me if I'd like to write it, I thought that is fantastic. So I kind of did it from the perspective of growing up, attending Ponca City High School, the things I was involved in, the teachers I interacted with, and then as I went off to college, and then when I came back, just the support that I got from my parents, friends, and people in the community that I knew through my church, on happy I was back, and it was really therapeutic to even write it. I was like, brought back a lot of memories just thinking about all that.
It's been interesting, not being from Ponca City, I'm kind of a transplant, how many people I've met that is like, I was born here, I was raised here, went off to college, and I ended up moving back.
Well, and that's exactly right. And
that's what we want people to do, right?
That's what we want people to do. And what's even cooler, there's a lot of Phillips employees that will come here, like they grew up somewhere else, went to college, maybe at Kansas State, maybe somewhere in Texas. Phillips sends them here to Ponca City. They love it. They're here a while. They get transferred somewhere else for their career, and then they ultimately retire back in Ponca City. And I can name several families that have done that, and that's even cooler. You know, their time here was really special. So.
Well, this was our 3 to 5 year plan when we moved here.
See, you guys are a good example.
And yeah, we're going on 11, 12 years here.
It's a great place to raise kids. There, you know, COVID has really kind of shut everything down. But when you look at pre-COVID, there was never a weekend that there was not some fun thing going on in Ponca City. So our lifestyles are really great in that we're safe, it's open, we have 3 lakes with Sooner Lake, Caw, and Ponca. Just a lot of fun things, walking trails, and a lot of cultural events. Now, if you, after a while, think, oh, I just want to go somewhere, you've got Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Wichita, all like in an hour and a half. And that's a cool thing, you know.
So you mentioned fun things. I don't know how many people know how much the Chamber of Commerce puts on and does. What is your favorite thing that the Chamber does? The thing that you look forward to the most?
Party at the Palace.
Party at the Palace.
The Party at the Palace is every other year, it's a fundraiser for the Chamber. We're the only chamber in the United States, and definitely Oklahoma, that goes an entire year and we don't do a fundraiser. We don't have our hand out. We're a not-for-profit.
Right.
And so we're not competing with the Ponca Playhouse. We're not competing with everyone else that really needs donations. So we only do one fundraiser every other year. Now we do the Party at the Palace every year, but only every other year do we do the auction, and it's a fundraiser. Okay. And so it's a Party at the Palace because it's the end of the summer, it's the beginning of school, the beginning of fall. People come together. We always have like 600, 650 people.
Yeah, I've been to there. It's a lot of fun.
It's indoor, outdoors, and when it's a non-auction year, it's just a gathering to have fun, and I really like it.
Yeah.
But another one that I really like, just growing up here, was the rodeo. Our family, we always went Thursday night to the rodeo, and that was like a big deal. And so the 101 Ranch Rodeo is it's like one of my personal. But You could name Standing Bear Powwow, you could name Oktoberfest, you could name Dragon, I like them all.
Yeah.
Like, I literally like them all, but if I had to name a favorite, it'd probably be the Party at the Palace and the rodeo.
Yeah. You talked a little bit about fundraising. I want to look at my notes here because I want to get this verbiage right. Because this is from your website that you talked about what you need to know about the chamber is what we're not. And
Right.
one thing that it says that you're not a government agency, a branch of City Hall, nor a state or federally supported organization. So what are the challenges and the benefits of being your own separate nonprofit entity?
Well, the first thing I want to tell you is I do believe the city of Ponca City is like the best city government in the state of Oklahoma. I mean, from the city manager to the commissioners to the staff, they are top notch.
We got it good.
Yes, and so do I mind when people go, you're part of the city? I don't mind that, but we're not. We're not a city entity. We're a membership-based organization that's whole mission is to build the economy and make sure Ponca City can thrive and grow. And so if we didn't have chamber members, we would be out of business.
Yeah.
Now, we do operate the Tourism Bureau, which is an entity of the chamber, and its whole mission is to promote our attractions and our events. And we do get funding from the hotel motel tax to help market Ponca City.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but that does not go in the general chamber running of the chamber.
Yeah.
So,
So you have an average Joe, if you will, and not a business owner, just a hard worker, just your average citizen. I mean, they need to understand how important the Chamber of Commerce is to them. I mean, it supports their community.
well, that is a great point, because so many people think if you're not a business or an organization, what do you care about the chamber? And the chamber is all about quality of life. What makes Ponca City attractive? So, for example, Phillips 66, they'll say, hey, Rich, we've got this young engineer that just graduated from A&M, born and raised in Houston, and he's been assigned to Ponca City. He's not happy.
Yeah.
He's like, what? First off, I'm going to Oklahoma, and then rural
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
it's a small town compared to.
Yes, it is, and they're great kids. So they'll go, can you take them on a drive and show them Ponca City? I can sell them every time. Because I'll go, well, like, what do you like to do? Oh, I like to fish. I like to hunt. I like to run. I like to do this. We have all that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I like to mountain climb. I'm like, oh, we got 7 miles of mountain climbing you can do right here out at Lake Ponca. And they're like, are you kidding me? And then I go show it to them, and you just turn them like that. Or there might be a doctor that Ponca City Alliance Health really wants, and the wife's like, I don't know, honey.
They don't have a target?
Yeah, you can go anywhere. Why Ponca? So they'll say, can you take them on a window tour of Ponca City? And I can sell it every time.
Oh, I put my money on you, Rich.
Well, it's just, and it's not me, it's our town.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what we have. Our product is really, really good. And so that's my funnest, that's my favorite thing to do with my job, is selling Ponca City and getting people enthused about being here. I'll tell you another thing. So we had, I can't name names on this one, but I'll never forget this. So we had a really important person. I'm not going to tell you the company they work for.
Okay.
But
A
they,
VIP, a very important
a
person.
VIP. Well, his wife had gone online, and she didn't see any houses she liked in Ponca. But she saw several in Stillwater. Well, they were like model homes. Like, yeah, they're like $400,000 or $500,000 homes, but they're like all cookie cutter. You know, you walk in, got the little office to the left. You know what I mean? So they go, is there any, show them Ponca, see if you can get them enthused, and, you know, show them a couple houses. Well, I'm not a realtor, but I did know of this one historic home that had just come on the market. So we're driving around Ponca, and I'm showing them, and I always like to get information from them. And she said, I love to drink wine. I said, oh my word, let me show you. There's this one house that's historic, and they have a wine cellar, first class, all the everything. They bought that house. And so,
so
you know,
cool.
and here they were going to Stillwater. There, he was going to commute. And then I talked about, do you want to be an hour every day, one way, on that 2-lane highway? And so, you know, it's funny how that can all work, and you get people enthused about Ponca. Even if they have reasons they don't want to be here.
Yeah. Let's talk about the leadership program.
Yes. Our leadership program is phenomenal. We're in our 33rd year.
And that's, I think that I read, one of the oldest or the oldest?
It's not the oldest. It's been a while since I've even talked about this. I think Oklahoma City, Edmond, and us are all like the oldest in the state.
Well, Oklahoma City and Edmond, we're hanging with the big dogs.
Oh, well, we do.
Yeah.
Yes. And what I mean by that, a lot of communities, when leadership programs came to Oklahoma, with Oklahoma City being the first, a lot of chambers took it on like they wanted to do it, but they did it maybe for 5 years, they quit, maybe 10 years later started it. We have continuously done it till COVID for 33 years, every year, new leadership class. And I firmly believe that that's what makes Ponca City so great, because we educate people on what there is in our community. People have gone through our leadership program, they'll go, I've lived here all my life, my boss wants me to go through this, I know it all. And at the end of the year, they're like, holy cow, every day, every session, I learned incredible things, it was awesome. And so it's really rewarding, because when you go through the leadership program, you come out really knowing what makes Ponca work.
And you don't have to be a business owner. This is to
anyone. No, anyone can do it, Anyone can do it. The only requirement, you do have to be a chamber member, but you can be an individual chamber member, which is like $85 a year. But you do have to be a member of the chamber to go through it.
So if it's something that you want to do, it's simply as becoming a chamber member and then applying for the program.
Right. So our last class, we went through the whole process, we picked the class, and we knew that COVID started in March. And we had already gotten we were getting applications March, April for the next class. So we went ahead and did our interviews. We went ahead and selected the class thinking, well, this isn't going to last long. So we have our class selected, and we're praying in August 2021, this year, we can kick off with our retreat and do, we don't want to dummy it down because it's just so incredible. So we don't want to do 6 feet because there's a lot of activities that would not work. We don't want to not go to facilities the schools at this time, the city, a lot of industries. So we want to wait till everything's open and we can do it right.
So you've personally seen our mayor portray Lou Wentz at the leadership. Is he good?
Yes.
Is he good?
I'm a reenactor. I'm B.S.
What do
Barnes.
you do?
I'm
You're
B.S.
Barnes?
Barnes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. And Jane Denton, she's a beautiful lady. And the mayor, Lou, he is Lou. I mean, you're just looking at it thinking, that's them. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So, making history come alive, captivating your audience, I mean, that's what we try to do here. So, in your opinion, why is live theater important to, you mentioned the quality of life. So
Yes.
why is that important to the quality of life in Ponca City?
Well, live theater, it adds a different dimension to your life. I mean, my wife and I, we love live theater. We love this. And so we love watching movies. There's nothing like watching a movie on a big screen. But when you're in the Poncan watching like Evans Children's Theater, it is captivating. I mean, and then every time you leave, you're like, wow, that talent is right here. I mean, every time. When we've come here, we're like, I know her. I know him. Oh my gosh. They work at NOC or they do this. And they're so gifted. It's exciting.
And there's an intimacy to black box theater
that
is different than a bigger stage like the Poncan. It kind of hits you harder. I don't know, but that's So
Well, I'll
I
never
like black
forget,
lights.
my wife will be real upset with me. But I don't remember the play, but we were sitting right there in that corner, and was it 9 to 5? I don't know. And they were at a little campfire right here, and they were smoking some pot, I think. And I told my wife, I said, oh my word, I feel like we're right with them. You know, and we don't even smoke pot, you know. But I was like, wow, I think I can smell it, you know.
Yeah.
That's what's so cool about here. And that's why I like to be on the front row, because you're just right there, you know, with the play.
Do you have a favorite show that you've seen here?
I like them all.
Like, good answer, good answer, good answer.
I really do. I really do. I've never, ever left not enjoying the play.
Yeah. We like to do a broad spectrum of things. We like classic theater, but then we also want to do plays that make you go, huh, you know.
Right.
And so we like to.
Well, and I'll tell you another thing that's really cool is Suzanne Kim. She's working on a deal at the Ponca Theater, and it's going to be like a variety show. And so you're going to have singers, dancers, maybe some comics. I think that's always fun, too. She did one about a year ago. I can't really remember when. We went to it. We really, really enjoyed it. And it just, again, showcases talent in Ponca City. Yeah. Now, one of the things when I'm recruiting people, not only do we have culture and talent and the arts here, but we also have NOC. And all the things that Northern Oklahoma College offers on their campus, that's really incredible for us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's fun.
You're awesome.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate that.
I've enjoyed talking to you.
I've enjoyed talking to you, too.
We're going to get to the super duper fun part.
Okay.
The hats off rapid fire questions.
Okay.
And so you see all these hats. So you can pick it. Do you want to
I like
pick yourself?
Elmer Fudd
You
right
like
there.
this one? Awesome.
Love Elmer
okay,
Fudd.
we're going to get this one. And then I think what do you think? The feathers or the top pink thing over here for me?
The pink would go with
Pink?
your outfit.
Okay, all right.
You want me to put it on?
Yes, we'll put these on.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
I have one of these, by the way.
You do?
Oh, yeah.
Looks nice. Goes with your sweatshirt.
That looks really cute on
Pink.
you, too.
I don't have very many pink things in my wardrobe.
I wish hats would come back.
I do too.
Especially, not for men so much, but for ladies.
Like church hats.
Oh,
I would
love
rock,
them.
I
yes.
would rock a.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every
We
time
grew
I
up
watch a
Catholic,
royal wedding.
And so women always had to have coverings.
Mhm.
And it was beautiful growing up. I mean, I remember thinking, wow, she looks pretty, she looks cool. Yeah, that'd
Yeah.
be neat. And the royals,
Yeah.
oh my word, beautiful.
All those stunning hats, and for it to be perfectly acceptable and normal.
Yeah, and no one thinks a thing about it.
No. Okay. Well, you look lovely.
Thank you.
Okay. So just don't think about it too much. Just pick your answer. If neither of them works, just pick one.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Love mowing a lawn, or rather pay someone?
I would pay someone for sure, but I do mow it.
Mushrooms. Disgusting. Delicious.
Love them.
Ah,
Love them.
gross. Would you rather fly or drive?
Fly
Mm.
and drive. I like doing both. I have literally driven both to
Yes.
both coasts, to New York. I've driven all up to Canada.
Yeah.
I've driven all over the country. But we're going to California in a couple months. We're flying because it's a short window that we're
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
So when it needs to happen, it's great.
Okay. Favorite season?
I love, in this order, fall, winter, spring, summer.
There you go, folks. Cats or dogs?
Neither.
Good answer.
I'm terrible.
I support that answer.
I'm terrible.
I
I mean, a man's best friend's a dog. I'm sorry, not mine.
I'm 3-1 in my house. Everybody wants a dog, but I'm holding firm. I'm holding firm. Beach or mountains?
I love the mountains.
Okay. All right. Book or an e-reader? Do you want the book?
Book. Oh,
Mm.
I read books all the time.
Yeah. Sooners or Cowboys?
Sooner.
Oh, Boomer
Boomer.
Sooner. Star Wars, Star Trek?
I like Star Trek.
Okay. I don't know about that. Okay. REO Speedwagon or Boston?
Both of them.
Ah, you gotta pick!
Boston.
Boston, okay.
They're so good, both of them.
I know
grew
they
up
are.
with that, yeah.
75 Datsun with the not VHS, the cassette REO Speedwagon
Oh, yeah.
over and over again.
Yeah.
No power steering either.
Oh,
So you-
no. Oh, well, no. We didn't know what that was.
Yeah, you just crank to the beat.
Yeah.
Like, okay. All right. Coolest celebrity you've met?
I met Kirstie Alley.
Oh,
Yeah.
like Cheers years? Or
Oh,
look
it
who's
was
talking?
way back. So our fraternity had a reunion in Wichita, and we'd been golfing all day, and we were about to have our banquet that night, and I might have had a lot of fun that day.
Uh-huh.
And I get on the elevator, and I went, Kirstie Alley? And this is a true story, and she said, yes, I'm from Wichita. I went,
I
oh
didn't
my
know
word.
that.
Yeah, born and raised. And she goes, you're looking hot. Well, then she gets off. She said, I'm looking hot. Well, I was real sunburned.
Oh.
But
You think Kirstie Alley came on to you in an
yeah,
elevator?
and my wife reminded me, no, you're really sunburned. She didn't mean anything by that. But that really happened.
That is hilarious. Okay, so celebrity you most want to meet?
Blake Shelton.
Blake?
I think we could be
You
best
can probably
of
make
friends.
that happen.
Well, I wanted to.
Okay.
Help me. I
Okay.
think we'd be best friends if we could meet.
Okay, well,
He's
kind
such
of,
a great Okie.
I'm a kindred spirit to Gwen Stefani, so if I hopefully like meet Gwen, I'll be like, by the way.
Is Gwen just, okay, not to get off on this, but think about Gwen and Blake.
And it's like
Gwen
boiling
is
water.
all California, but what does she love? An Okie, an Oklahoma man.
Yes.
Tripped her trigger. She loves Oklahoma. Oh, she is one of my most favorites. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're a beautiful couple.
They just seem to actually really enjoy each other's
Yeah,
company.
I love it.
Yeah.
And opposites attract.
Yeah. Okay. Gwen and Blake. Comedy or drama?
I like drama.
Unsweet or sweet tea?
Unsweet.
There you go. My man. Favorite Jimmy Stewart movie?
It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, how about that one? I like Rear Window. The
That's
Hitchcock
a cool one, yeah.
I love that one. I've lost my spot. Here, Camaro or Thunderbird?
Definitely Camaro.
So what would you drag Grand with?
Camaro.
A Camaro.
But I had a Mustang in high school.
I'm a Mustang fan.
Yeah.
I finally got to own one. I bought it for my 25th
That's what
birthday.
I drag Grand on.
A Mustang.
Back in
Alright.
the 70s, that was cool.
Yeah.
And I wasn't necessarily cool, but that was cool.
But yeah. Oh, last question. Live theater or reruns?
I like live theater.
Good answer! Woo!
Yes, for sure.
I was a little worried on that one. You said the wrong thing.
No, I wouldn't.
Thank you, Rich, for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
This has been a lot of fun.
It is fun.
Thank you.
Thank you. Be sure to subscribe to our Facebook and YouTube channel, comment, share, or like on this episode, and our upcoming production of The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime opens Friday the 12th, March 12th, with shows on the 13th and 14th, as well as the following weekend, the 19th through the 21st. Call the box office or visit our website to purchase tickets, and always to find out ways to donate to support the arts here in Ponca City. I'll see you when I see you.